يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد فإن خير الكلام كلام الله جل في العلا وأحسن الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. As we know, brothers and sisters, of what the non-Muslims that they're propagating of this virus called the coronavirus. Well, to me, it's no more different than other sicknesses out here that are killing people at also an alarming rate. But for some odd reason, people are getting uncomfortable with this matter, in which those who have firm aqidah are not shaken, they're not rocking by this. They're still relaxed. For those who have a firm conviction and belief in Allah, they're not rocked by none of this. Their feathers are not ruffled. Rather, you'll find that they're relaxing and at ease. For those who have the true sound belief of Islam, with the correct belief of what the companions of the message of Allah are upon. For verily, brothers and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has generalized that all of mankind are in loss. Whether they be black, white, American, Arab, non-Arab, curly hair, coarse hair, everybody's in a state of destruction. Everyone. All of us recite the ayah every day. Inna al-insana lafi khusr. And Allah generalized it. All of mankind are in a state of destruction. Except those who have proper belief, aqidah salafiyah. And those who are doing righteous actions, meaning those who play a part in rectifying society, not now contributing to its destruction, or its downfall, or its demise, or adding more corruption to it. Allah made the exception, إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. Those who embrace the truth and they bring forth its fruits as a result of embracing the truth, which is working diligently and doing and performing an abundance of righteous actions. But Allah had generalized that all of mankind are in a state of destruction. No matter if you're from such and such street, no matter if you're Arab, no matter if you're non-Arab, no matter if you're black, no matter if you're white, no matter if you're Somalian, no matter if you're Moroccan, Allah generalized. All of mankind are in destruction. Every single last one of them. No matter what nationality you're in. Except those who believe in the truth and the haqq which Allah sent down. And they work in accordance with that, with the proper belief, by implementing it, which will be the result of you performing an abundance of righteous actions. That's simple. But these things are easy for us to memorize, but it's the hardest to apply. It's the hardest to apply. Because if the people applied it, we wouldn't be in the state we're in now. For verily, brothers and sisters, now listen to this hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. Due to my tardiness, and I don't have no problem taking mine on the chin. I'm tardy, I'm late, I'm sorry. It is what it is. I can take mine on the chin. But due to the fact I'm late today, listen to this hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, which is very, very beneficial what's taking place today. On the authority of Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال لا عدوى ولا طيرة ولا هامة ولا صفر. On the authority of Abu Hurairah, أخرجاه, which is in Bukhari Muslim, that the Messenger of Allah صلى الله عليه وسلم said, there's no contagious sickness. لا عدوى. There's no contagious or transitive sickness. I'll explain it, don't worry. This narration is authentic. There's no tiyara. There's no evil omens which are utilized by the birds, but it generalizes for every type of omenaries. Or any type of belief of old superstitions or myths or things that you think have an effect on your life but are out in reality, they don't. And there's no hammer, which was another type of superstition that the people of Jahiliyyah used to believe. Wala hama, wala safar. And safar is another type of superstition and another type of myth. The point of the hadith is here. There's no contagious sickness. What's the meaning of the hadith? The great Imam Sheikh Salih Fawzan ibn Abdullah al-Fawzan, Hafidhullah wa ra'ah, wa tala Allah fi umrihi bil a'mal as-salihah. Listen to what he said in this regard. He says the meaning of this narration. He says, أَعْلَى مَا كَانَ يَعْتَقِدُهُ أَهْلُ الجَّاهِلِيَّةِ أَمَّا أَنَّ الْعَدْوَى تَحْصُلُ بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ فَهَذَا أَمْرٌ واقع. ولهذا نهى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم عن مخالطة المجذوم لا شك. ونهى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم عن القدوم على الأرض الموضوءة. ونهى من كان في أرض فيها وباء أن يخرج منها لأن هذه أسباب لاختيار المرض أو لانتشار المرض فيه عفوا، والامتناع عنها أخذ بالأسباب الواقعة. I'm just reading it quickly. To read this in Arabic. The meaning of contagious sickness, that there isn't any, he says, is what the people before Islam used to believe from the polytheists and the people who had the improper belief, from the people of idolatry, and the people who shaitan, who the devil had dominated. What did they used to believe? He said, number one, we know that contagious sicknesses only take place by the permission of Allah. They only can affect anyone by the permission of Allah. And we know contagious sicknesses happens due to the disobedience of the creation. And all due to their sins and all the filth and the wickedness that they're committing, and the corruption that they're spreading, and the wickedness that they're committing, and them not making tawbah and returning back to the truth and leaving it off. These affairs happen within the creation and amongst the nations, where they start to be ravaged by Allah's wrath. And from His wrath is what you see now. Not only by the coronavirus, brothers and sisters, by depression, mental illness, severe depression, because I hear depression is just running widespread. It's worse than the coronavirus. Mental illness. All of this is due to the sins of the people. Now, once it happened, once Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends His wrath down, by these affairs taking place, know for sure they only affect and they're only contagious by the permission of Allah. And for that reason, no doubt, staying away from a person. Now listen, a person has been affected, just as the message of Allah ﷺ prohibited, that one, free mixing with someone who has what they call contagious sickness, such as scabs, majdoom. Or that the message of Allah prohibited that one enter an earth or a land that it has in it some type of plague. No doubt, these affairs are legislated. However, now listen to this. And we also know the narration where the message of Allah said, if you enter a land, in it is some type of plague, and you're in that land, don't leave out from it. To the end of the narrations that we know, in which the message of Allah ﷺ legislated, which is what? Which is taking as a means to protect yourself. No doubt, but listen. He says the message of Allah did say and legislate that you should not render or cast yourselves in a state of destruction by your own hands. However, now listen to what he says. Except for the person whose faith, his iman, and his belief system is strong, and his reliance on Allah is strong. For that individual, he can now embark upon some type of sickness, or person that's contained, or that person that has some type of sickness. For those who have strong belief, strong aqidah, strong reliance on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he says they can free mix with someone who has a sickness, and he will not be afflicted. For the one who has strong aqidah, strong belief, strong reliance on Allah ta'ala, he is the one that will not be affected. For that's the ones who know proper belief, proper iman, and they have knowledge-based, a knowledge-based system in their Lord, with learning the proper affairs of Tawheed. For verily then their feathers are not ruffled by these affairs. They're still relaxing. For verily this coronavirus is no different to what people are dying from being shot in the street. Or other people are dying from all these other sicknesses out here. That is more than the coronavirus. But nobody pays attention to that because they want you to focus on that. Taking you away from the other sicknesses that's causing people to die thousands by the thousands every day. But you're not paying attention to it. So these type of affairs, it says, the person has a strong iman, that embarks upon the lands, that the people are truly sick, and he mixes with them, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't test him where he's afflicted. He says because he puts his trust in Allah. However, he said that this privilege is only for the people who are strong in faith. That's it. He says, as for the people, أَمَّا أَهْلُ الْإِيمَانِ الضَّعِيفِ فَهَؤُلَاء يَبْتَعِدُونَ يَرْتَجِفُونَ هم في حالة الخوف الشديد فهؤلاء يبتعدون عن هذه المواطن لئلا يصابوا ثم تسوء عقيدتهم. He said, for those who are weak in their faith, he says, it's incumbent upon them, of course now it's incumbent upon you to stay far away and distant from these places or from the places that you think you'll be afflicted from. In order for them not to be afflicted. He says, in order for their belief system not to become polluted. See, Sheikh Saleh Fawzan is not working about the physical aspect. He's focused on what? He's worried about your belief system. Because that's what you go in with the grave. See, the grave, the dirt eats your body. But your faith is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tests you with when you're under the dirt. So in order for your faith not to be what? Polluted, and you're a person that's weak in your faith, stay away from those places that you think more than likely you're going to be affected with. But those who have strong belief, strong aqeedah, strong conviction, strong reliance on Allah, their feathers are not ruffled by any of these affairs. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين ولا عدوان إلا على الظالمين واشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له الملك الحق المبين واشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله سيد ولد آدم أجمعين صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه الطيبين الطاهرين على مر الأيام والليالي والشهور والسنين أما بعد. So we said the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, he said, there's no contagious sickness, meaning there's no contagious sickness that affects or moves from one person to another except by the permission of Allah. That's the meaning of the hadith. There's no contagious illness or sickness that moves from one place to the next or moves from a person that's been affected to a person who's in good health except by the permission of Allah. That's the meaning of the hadith. If Allah wants to afflict you, He will afflict you. And if Allah wants not to afflict you, you will not be afflicted. But that's only for the people who are strong in their belief and their aqeedah. Strong and it's knowledge based upon proper knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the people who are strong in their faith are not rocked or shifted or their feathers are not ruffled by any of these matters. They're still walking around like it's a normal day. It's like, really? Man, it's other people dying from other things more than the coronavirus right now. And they want to focus on that. But nobody's saying anything about that. I'm not worried about that nonsense. Going on about my day. I have more fears to worry about. I got to worry about the angels torturing me in my grave when I'm dead under that dirt. Did I fulfill Allah's rights? So that's the ultimate reality I'm worried about. Forget the physical aspect. If I die, go to dirt, who cares at the end of the day? My affairs with Allah when I'm under that dirt. That's what I'm worried about. What's going to allow me to be successful in those affairs is now protecting your belief system. Make sure that's in a sound state before I meet my Lord. That's what I'm worried about. I'm not worried about what these kuffar say about these non-stupid behind coronaviruses when there's kids out here blasting their head every day. I'm worried about that nonsense. Don't care about that. People are deviating. People are falling into affairs that anger Allah every day. People are out here deviating in their aqidah and their belief and in their minhaj. People are falling off by the numbers in affairs that's way more important than some physicality and pertaining to some sickness that's spreading amongst the people due to their sins. Could care less. I'm worried about the grave. I'm going under that dirt. How will my state be? That's what I'm focused on. And once you start now, focused on that reality, that's when you get yourself together. That would be the incentive now to start correcting yourself. And correcting where I'm coming up short in. Am I coming up short with my Lord as far as my prayers and praying on time? Am I coming up short with taking care of my kids? Am I coming up short? Brothers and sisters, wallahi, shaitan makes the most blessed deeds insignificant in our minds, as I keep saying all the time. The most blessed deeds and the most smallest of deeds, shaitan makes it insignificant. What's wrong with taking your son out one day, going to a park, and let's just read a book together for 10 minutes? Shaitan makes our think, I'm too busy. I'm too busy. You sat down, you took time out to come to the masjid. You took time out to get that diary. You got time out to lay in that bedroom with the woman and make the baby. You got the time out to do something to raise that child and be a means to rectify him. Taking him out to the park, reading the book of Kitab al-Tawheed for 20 minutes. And these affairs removes Allah's anger. Do we do it? Taking time out to sit with our child in front of us for 20 minutes, making sure he's reciting Surah Al-Fatiha properly. Allah loves these actions. Love them. Taking time out to sit with our children, making sure he's reciting Surah Al-Tashahhud properly. Allah loves these actions. 20 minutes, we don't do it. I'm too busy. But you know what shaitan puts on our mind? I gotta chase after this girl. This girl, I'm gonna take time out for her. That shaitan says, yeah, keep doing that. Busy yourself with that nonsense. Yeah, do it. Oh, chase after the money. The money where you leave off the prayer, you're late with your prayers, and you chasing after that bread. Yeah, keep chasing it. Yeah, don't pray on time. You're busy. That's what shaitan makes significant in our minds. Taking your child by the hand, sitting them down for 20 minutes. Let's go to the park. Let's read Usul al-Sunnah together. Let's read Usul al-Sunnah Imam Ahmad. Let's read Kitab al-Tawheed, the basics, son. Where Allah is, He's above the heavens. 20-minute Aqidah. 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. You know shaitan puts in our head when it's time to spend time with our children. Man, I got to take him out to lunch. Man, I got to spend 20 or 30 bucks on him to feed him. Oh, man. Really? Damn, your child don't even deserve 20 or 30 bucks. SubhanAllah. These are the affairs Allah loves, and inshallah it will be a reason for removing Allah's anger upon the people, generally all over the earth. Obedience to Allah. Allah loves that we now indulge in these matters of doing everything we can to remove His anger. Little small actions that shaitan renders in our minds insignificant, they are tremendous with Allah. Smiling in your brother's face and shaking his hand goes a long way. What is this society and shaitan teaches? Yeah, greeting people's faces like this. That's what shaitan teaches us. They think in our mind that's manly. People who truly know manhood knows that's acting like a female. When you gritting on somebody, looking at them up and down like this, that's acting like a female. That's feminine. That's not manly. People who've been grown up with morals and integrity know that's feminine. Real men don't conduct like that. If I have a problem with you, I'm going to just come to you directly, respectfully, and tell you what was going on in my chest with you. It's that simple. I'm not going to come up and insult you. I'm going to come up and talk to you. Listen, I want to just talk to you from that. Just sit and talk man to man, respectfully, calm. That's how men conduct themselves. With respect, integrity. It's not about screaming and hollering and cursing. That's acting like a female. You lose respect when you see a man act like that. You lose it. You lose respect. What's wrong with him? Why he acting like that? Why can't he just keep his composure calm, keep himself calm and talk with some sense? Leaving off the vulgarities, leaving off the profanity, leaving off the insults, leaving off the screaming, the hollering. That's acting like a female, brothers. And it's sad to say there's females that don't conduct themselves with way more sense than some of our brothers here, and men these days. Where they keep themselves in their composure while they watching you screaming like a woman. And that's when it becomes really embarrassing. Where she calm and you going all ballistic. And she just looking at you like, and you really think that woman respecting you now? She's looking at you like, this dude. Did anybody teach him some manhood? And now, brothers, this is what I have to tell you because we all need to get ourselves together. So these affairs and we can be a means for rectification of society. And it starts with these children. And it starts with doing something about it. Stop making excuses that I'm too busy. Make time. 10, 20 minutes. You have the availability simplified for you. Bring it to Aqidah class. Bring a book. You can't have time to teach. Go down to one of the Islamic places. Get Kitab al-Tawheed. Takes 20 minutes. Spend $20 on a book. No, 7 minutes in class. Allah has made it available for you. But no, once something is available, nobody want to do it. So what are you going to do on the day of resurrection? Allah asks you about these affairs. You are accountable. You were supposed to, number one, at the head of the list of taking care of your child, you were supposed to make sure he learned the proper understanding of Islam. That's the head of all responsibilities. Not just not just making sure he's fed with a roof over his head. Yeah, that's important too. But the head of all that is to make sure he's learning his proper belief in Islam. That's the head of all affairs. Are you doing it? You took 20 minutes to get a book. These affairs we're going to be accountable for, brothers and sisters. Not only just the provisions, the household, making sure that you taught your child or making sure you facilitated for him ma'rifah of Allah, knowledge of Allah, and the proper understanding of Islam. Not the deviated, perverted version, the proper orthodox version, the pure version. We're all going to be responsible, all of us. Allah's going to say, did you make sure the first thing is going to be done, day of resurrection? Did you take time to make sure your child learned true Tawheed? We're all going to be held accountable. What are you going to say on the day of resurrection when Allah asks you that? And it's no turning back to the dunya no more. It's either paradise or hellfire. So what you going to do now? What am I going to do? Don't put yourself in that position now. So you can now start getting yourself together now. Do something about it. Are you ready when the questions are asked? Because Allah is not going to ask on the day of resurrection, did you do such and such? Allah is going to ask, you did such and such. What's your answer? And you'll find that Ahl Ilm say that on the day of resurrection, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to make what they call su'al al-taqrir, but iqrar. Allah already know what you did. He's going to say, what's your answer to it? What's your excuse? You got to answer now. Make the answers now. Accountability is now. And this is the reason why Islam is the truth, brothers and sisters, because accountability is what makes you a person that makes you want to do something about it now, because you know you're held accountable. That's to let you know why the belief in the day of resurrection is so important and essential in a person's life. Because it's a means for you to now start getting yourself together, because I know the day of resurrection is coming, and I know I'm going to be asked and I'm accountable. For my kids, for my family, even for myself, I'm accountable. For society, for your neighbor, all this will be asked. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to get ourselves together. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us means for rectification of society, not a means of adding to its corruption. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us all tawfiq, and those who have strong iman, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us amongst them so we're not rocked or we're not scared by all these affairs in which the Jews try to propagate and instill in us. وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه. سبحانك اللهم بحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. آخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين وأقيم الصلاة.